Approved for all audiences? I'll be the judge of that. This is Preview. In case you didn't know, I am a huge fan of director Christopher Nolan. The Dark Knight and Memento are both just excellent, and Inception is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. Related to that, I'm also a huge fan of Nolan movie trailers. Inception had a really good series, and the entire Dark Knight trilogy had terrific trailers. So naturally, I was eager to see our topic for today's episode, as it was going to give me my first look at Nolan's next film, as well as probably be an awesome trailer in general. So, I sat down in the movie theater, McConaughey appeared, and I prepared myself.
Indian surveillance drone.
So this trailer uses the common technique of letting a simple, abridged scene give some idea of characters and setting. Fair enough. It's fine, not much to talk about though.
We didn't run out of planes and television sets. We ran out of food.
Alright, setting the stage for the events of the film. Nice. Laying the groundwork. What's next? Credits at the 30-second mark. That's very odd. Is that the most critique I've done this episode? So then we get the introduction of one of the film's themes, I guess?
It means that whatever can happen will happen.
Yeah, I guess. Then, Michael Caine. Ooh, Christopher Nolan's name. That's accurate, yeah, he did direct that. Okay, I gotta stop here. Guys, this trailer just doesn't do anything for me. I honestly find it kind of boring. I tried so hard to get into it because I want to like it and I'm really excited for the movie, but I just can't. It's leaving me completely cold. Before we get into why that is, let's address the good because there is some good. For one, it sets up the film's story really well. I'm even more excited for the movie now, so that's certainly something. I like how the trailer introduces some emotional stakes regarding McConaughey leaving his kids. That was definitely a good addition, and it gives the trailer some substance. Also, the music is nice, and the ending is really, really great. In fact, all of the space stuff is impressive.
I'm coming back.
Outside of that, though, again, I'm kind of bored with this trailer. It just doesn't have a beat, a pulse. Nothing is pushing it, and it isn't building towards anything. And that makes it all fall flat, which obviously is a very serious problem. Now, this isn't code for it's slow. I don't dislike this trailer because it's slow. I like a lot of slow trailers. The most recent one I can think of is the Dream trailer for Maleficent.
I walked with you once upon a
This trailer is very slow and absolutely stunning. Its music is chilling, the shot selection is engaging, editing is simple with no unnecessary fades to black, and yeah, if you haven't seen this wonderful piece, please do so, I'll link it below. So what does that trailer do that Interstellar's doesn't? Well, that trailer is building towards something. Maleficent's trailer's music doesn't amp up too much, but the escalation of visual intensity via shot selection is very clear. In fact, that escalation makes the more minor changes in the music track feel much more meaningful. In other words, as the viewer, we get an arc, a build, and a decline of emotion. Interstellar just doesn't have that. The music is too soft, too consistent, and too light to give off a theme on its own. Sadly, the visuals don't make up for that. We're with McConaughey and his kids on a farm, just far too much. We eventually see a sandstorm, and finally some space stuff, but that's such a small portion of the runtime, I don't feel like it helped too much. So this begs the question. Why don't the visuals build? Why are they a bit monotonous? Well, the answer is pretty simple. According to sources that are close to the Interstellar script, the trailer pulls pretty much exclusively from the first 15 minutes of the film. Nolan is protecting everything in his movie that happens after Cooper goes into the wormhole. I can respect that. At the end of the day, the film is more important than the trailer, no matter how much I love trailers. So this trailer, and the teaser trailer before it for that matter, was sacrificed in order to keep the filmmaker's vision's integrity. Now let's compare that to a vision with no integrity. The new Age of Extinction trailer went live the same day as Interstellar's, the former in the morning and the latter in the evening, and they are on polar opposite sides of the spectrum. The Transformers trailer is just like a Michael Bay movie. It's explosive, loud, but also very textbook and uninspired. I think it's okay, but I can't say too much more than that about it because, again, it's very standard. What I will say is that it shows way too much. So we have a bit of an impasse, don't we? Transformers is showing too much, but got a decent trailer, whereas Interstellar keeps the movie's plot pretty much under wraps and suffers because of that. What's the answer here? Neither of these trailers really have an answer, and neither do I. Except the really obvious one staring us right in the face: make trailers shorter. I think that Interstellar's trailer is the perfect example of a preview that would be better at 90 seconds. You could cut out the mini scenes that don't add much. There's more than enough footage here you could rearrange to make a very smooth progression, giving it a purpose, and the music can be abridged to hit its different stages faster, which will make it much more effective. So in conclusion, Interstellar's second trailer isn't good. But there is a good one in there somewhere. It's a victim of both a stretched out runtime and a shortage of material. But hey, if this is the price to pay to keep my most anticipated film of the year a genuine mystery until the lights go down in November, so be it. But I do think there's a middle ground here. Movies and trailers are completely and utterly dependent on one another to exist. Let's try to throw neither under the bus.